Hey room 12, here's just a little video of what we did today because the other one's not working. So we looked at fractions today for maths, and this is going to help us do the work that is in one of our maths books from the ministry. So we talked today about what a fraction is, and we decided that a fraction was part of a whole. Okay, so when we look over here at the fraction we've got on the board, we've got that 1/4. Okay, this number on the top is called the numerator. That tells us how many parts we have. Okay, and down here we have the denominator, and that tells us how many total parts we have. So here's an example of a quarter. Okay, so the square or the box is split into 4 parts. So if we look, the denominator tells us how many total parts they are, and that's 4. Okay, because the box is split into 4 bits, and then one of these bits, there is only one of them, but all together we've got 4 of them because 4 of them make up one whole. Okay, so if we look at some other fractions, we have 1/2. So if I was to draw that in a circle, okay, how many parts would I have? 2. So this is going to be 1/2, and this is going to be 1/2, because I have 2 parts, and one of them is here and one of them is here, and together I have one whole. I could also have 1/3. So how many bits am I going to split this into? 3, yeah, because on the bottom it tells me I have 3 parts. So 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Okay, so a fraction is part of a whole number. The bottom number is the denominator, and that tells me how many bits I need to break it up into. And then the top number tells me how many bits I have. So we're going to have a go at making some fractions now. Okay, the one thing we need to remember that's really important is all parts need to be the same all the time. So every piece of a fraction has to be the same as the other parts. Okay, otherwise they're not equal. So if I've got the square and I want to make quarters, how many bits am I going to need to cut that square into? 4. Okay, and each one of those parts is 1/4. Okay, if I was going to give Quade 2 bits of chocolate or red paper, okay, what would the fraction be? So if Quade was going to have 1/4 and 1/4, how many quarters does he have? 2 quarters. And I would get 2 quarters. So if I'm making thirds, I've got this rectangle and I want to make it into thirds. How many bits do I need to cut it into? Yep, 3 equal bits, because 3 is on my denominator. Okay, so I have made this into 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3, and together they will make this whole. Okay, if I was going to give Aubrey 2 bits of my red paper, okay, so these 2 bits are going to Aubrey and I'm going to keep this bit. How many bits does Aubrey get? She gets 2/3. Okay, and I keep 1/3. I'm just going to move that up there for a sec. Okay, and our last one down here, we have 1/5. So I need to make my whole rectangle into fifths. Remember, like all of these, they all are the same size. So how many bits do I need to cut my one rectangle into? Look at the bottom number, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I had 5 parts, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one is 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. Okay, if I was going to give Gabrielle 3 bits of paper, what is the fraction that Gabrielle is going to get? So my bottom number is going to be 5 because I'm dealing in 5s. How many bits did Gabrielle get? 3. Okay, and then over here I keep how many fifths? 2. Oh, okay, the next part is finding a fraction of a number. Okay, so if you've got some counters, you can do this in front of you, which we did today on our hangout, or you can just draw them as well. So I've got 10 squares of paper up here, and I'm going to pretend they're jelly beans today. Okay, and I want to find half of 10. So if I was going to give half of them to RD and I was going to keep half, how many would we each get? So if I need to look at this one, how many groups do I need to make? What does my bottom number tell me? Yep, 2 groups. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is RD and this is me. And then all I need to do is put my 10 jelly beans inside. Remember we talked earlier about every fraction had to be the same. So whatever's in this circle must be in this group as well. So how many is in one group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over here, half of 10 equals 5. So RD is going to get 5 and I am going to get 5. So now I have 8 jelly beans. Okay, and I want to split them between 4 of my friends. So how many is each person going to get? How many groups am I going to have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I can put my jelly beans in them. And remember, everyone needs the same. So how many is in one group? 2. So 1/4 of 8 is 2. What happened if I wanted to give Nico 3/4 of my 8? How many jelly beans is Nico going to get? He's got 1/3, sorry, 1/4 plus 1/4 and 1/4. So he's got 2, 4, 6. So 3/4 of 8 is 6, and then I'm left with 2. So room 12, that was just our little short lesson on fractions from today. Try and have a go at the pages in your book, and if you need any help, just ask in our next hangout. Cool, see you guys all in the morning. Bye.